most well-known historical figures in early Russian history is Ivan the Terrible. But few people understand what made Ivan the Terrible so terrible or fearsome, as some Russians would translate it, and also just what made him important throughout their entire history. Ivan the Terrible was born in 1533. He was crowned in 1547, the same year he married his wife, Anastasia Romanovna, who was the great aunt to the Romanov Tsar line. But however, she died in 1560, very young, and which really changed the course of the Tsar's life, as we'll see. Ivan the Terrible was the first Tsar of all of Russia, and he did a lot to unite Russia, and the main way he did that was through warfare. One of the reasons he's called Ivan the Terrible is because he did spend over 50% of his reign in war. His warfare was fairly standard throughout his early life. However, after his wife died in 1560, he became crazy and was invited to abdicate. However, a few nobles begged him to come back to the throne months later because they couldn't find a worthy successor to him. However, with still the fresh death of his wife on his conscience, he became a different sort of leader. He started claiming lands that weren't exactly his and then going to war with people who he had no legal right to go to war with. And this led to the idea of him being terrible, that he overran many small countries and then bogged Russia down in wars that was impossible for them to win. However, what made him important to Russia was the fact that he was able to unite Russia in a large group, which led the way for Peter the Great to come in with even more westernization in medicine and theology, which in the medieval times, that level of Christian theology helped build codes of law and of courts and structured government, which allowed civilization to grow and prosper. The way that this helps people perceive Russian history is very important because we see this tactic of Russian leaders punishing their commanders for failures, even worse than they punish their enemies for failures. They eliminate their commanders due to their failings, even though all that leaves them with is less commanders. Instead of attempting to raise their commanders, they just eliminate them. And we see this with Stalin and Lenin later in life too. However, Ivan the Terrible truly does show us the importance of any commander just centralizing a people in order to bring about social reforms and government reforms. Thank you.
Applause noises.
All right,